So in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, we finally got to see the debut of Kang the Conqueror. Now we obviously saw a variant of Kang in Loki season 1, which was He Who Remains, but Kang the Conqueror in Quantumania was the first proper debut for the villain, where he made a proper impact as a villain in this movie. And yeah, I thought, as I said in the previous video about Quantumania, I thought Jonathan Majors did an amazing job as Kang the Conqueror in this movie. And I thought he portrayed Kang really well, and I can't wait to see the other variants that we saw in the post-credit scene of Quantumania arrive in the future of which will obviously be Kang Dynasty, but possibly other movies that Kang may be a villain in, like his variants, like Rama-Tut could be a villain, maybe in Moon Knight Season 2 if we get it, and other variants that could possibly maybe be in Captain Marvel and other future Marvel projects that come out before Kang Dynasty. But the big talking point of Quantumania was, I guess, the supposed death of Kang the Conqueror, where, it was Ant-Man and Kang were fighting, and Wasp came back. Obviously, she escaped, but them two were left in the quantum realm, and she came back, and obviously she basically put Kang and sucked him into the probability storm that Scott and Wasp were in before. That obviously Scott got out of with his probabilities, like the other versions of himself, and yeah, that's where Kang got sucked into, and that's where we last saw him, and I think that he definitely could return. Now, this is the topic of today's video. I don't think he actually died. We all think that he probably did die when he got sucked into that probability storm that Scott Lang was in, that we saw earlier on in Quantumania. But I definitely feel that Kang definitely did survive. And we know that in Avengers Secret Wars that the main villain will be the Beyonder, and that will be a variant of Kang. And obviously in the comics, Beyonder isn't a variant of Kang, but obviously that where they're going in the MCU, we know that obviously Kang is going to be a variant of Beyonder. And I have a feeling that this Kang the Conqueror definitely might have a part to play in that. Going forward, maybe when he gets out of that probability storm, he will become the Beyonder after all the power he gets. We don't really know what's going to happen. Maybe he's been shrunk down like what happened to MODOK. Obviously, we saw what happened to Darren Cross when he became MODOK. Maybe something similar will happen to Kang. Maybe that way he'll become the Beyonder. But obviously, something different will happen to Kang. Not like what happened to Darren Cross when he became MODOK. I definitely feel like Kang might become more powerful because of this probability storm. And might have something to do with Ravonna Renslayer as well when he has a reason to get out of the probability storm. We saw Scott's reason to get out was obviously his daughter Cassie. And obviously we know in the comics that Kang has that his love interest is Ravonna Renslayer, who we obviously have seen in Loki Season 1 and who we are going to see in Loki Season 2. So yeah, I think they will have a connection in the MCU going forward, and maybe that will be the reason for Kang to get himself out of the probability storm in the quantum realm, and that will maybe how we'll see the return of Kang the Conqueror in the future. I really enjoyed this Kang, and he definitely probably will be my favourite variant. I loved all the other variants we saw. We haven't actually probably seen them yet, but Kang the Conqueror, I loved him in this movie, and I definitely do want him to return, and I do feel like he will return. I feel like he's a Kang variant that all fans want to see again. He was such a cool and interesting character of what he wanted to do to the multiverse. And, I guess that all the Kangs are afraid of each other. And I guess Kang viewed his variants as, he thought they were children messing around, I guess. And he saw himself as the one to save the multiverse from what they were doing and to rule it. And we know we saw what he did when he conquered other worlds and he killed people and he did all that bad stuff. But I think he could be a really cool villain going forward in the MC going forward because of what he was in Quantumania. And yeah, I just feel like he definitely didn't die. We saw Scott didn't die when he went into the probability storm. So I feel like there's something similar will happen with Kang. Like I said, maybe Ravonna Renslayer will be the reason to get himself out and then, to get out of the quantum realm to find her and then obviously conquer the multiverse like he wanted to do in the first place. So I definitely feel like something like that will happen. But yeah, I definitely don't think he's dead. I don't want him to be dead either because I feel like he definitely has a big future to play. A big role to play in the future. And I feel like he could be the Beyonder. I do feel like that could be really cool if they do something to do with that. The Beyonder being the main villain of Secret Wars. We don't know if Doctor Doom will be in it yet, but I think that would make sense if he is. So maybe he'll be the puppet behind that. But, we'll have to wait and see what will happen in Secret Wars. But maybe we'll even see the return of that Kang the Conqueror in Kang Dynasty because, the Kang Dynasty think he's dead. and they think, obviously they said in the post-credit scene that they think he is gone for good now. So I definitely feel like that because they think he's dead, it'll be a massive surprise to them, him returning. And I feel like a lot of us fans think that Kang the Conqueror is probably dead as well, being sucked into that probability storm, especially not being as small as Ant-Man was when he went down there. But, you know, I definitely feel like he could survive. It'll probably be a massive shock to us when he comes back, though. And I do feel like he'll be menacing, even more menacing than what he is in this movie. And I think that would be really cool to see, because he definitely does seem like a very dangerous version of Kang. And going into that and becoming more powerful and then coming back could be even more menacing and even more dangerous to the Kang dynasty and the multiverse overall. So, yeah, I just wanted to go over today about, you know, Kang the Conqueror from Quantumania surviving. I definitely do think that he's still alive. I really hope he is, like I said before. And I do think he'll return in Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars, and we'll see maybe hints that he'll be returning. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. Do you think he's dead, or do you think he is possibly still alive like I think? Tell me down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next Marvel video and Walking Dead video.